You have been spending money on laundry detergent every single month for your entire adult life, and nobody ever told you that you could stop. What I am about to show you is a recipe that costs almost nothing, takes 20 minutes to make, fills a 5-gallon bucket, and will last your household an entire year. This is one of those tricks that used to get passed down between neighbors and written on index cards tucked inside kitchen drawers. Somewhere along the way, we forgot it. Today, we bring it back. Let us talk about what this recipe actually is before we make it, because understanding why it works is what makes you trust it. Commercial laundry detergent is mostly water, synthetic fragrance, artificial dyes, and a small percentage of actual cleaning agents surrounded by a lot of marketing. You are paying for the bottle, the shelf space, the branding, and the shipping weight of something that is mostly liquid filler. The actual cleaning power comes from a few key ingredients, and those ingredients are cheap, old, and available at almost any grocery or hardware store. This recipe has 3 main players. The first is Castile soap. This is a plant-based soap that has been around for centuries. It is a true soap, not a detergent, which means it actually binds to dirt and oils and lifts them away from fabric. Dr. Bronner's is the most widely known brand, but any pure Castile bar soap works. You are going to grate it like cheese. The second ingredient is washing soda, also called sodium carbonate. Do not confuse this with baking soda. They are different. Washing soda is more alkaline, and that alkalinity is what softens hard water, boosts the cleaning power of the soap, and helps strip grease and odors from fabric. You can usually find it in the laundry aisle labeled as Arm & Hammer Super Washing Soda. The third ingredient is borax. Borax is a naturally occurring mineral that has been used as a cleaning booster since the 1800s. It deodorizes, softens water, and enhances the other cleaning agents. It is safe for standard washing machines, including HE machines, when diluted properly, which is exactly what we are about to do. Now here is the full recipe. You need 1 cup of grated Castile soap, 1 cup of washing soda, 1 cup of borax, 4 cups of hot water for melting the soap, and 1 5-gallon bucket with a lid, which you will fill the rest of the way with additional hot and then cold tap water. Here is how you make it. Start by grating your bar of Castile soap directly into a saucepan. Add the 4 cups of hot water and heat it on low, stirring constantly until every last soap flake has completely dissolved into the water. Keep the heat low. You do not want this to boil. You just want a smooth, fully dissolved soap liquid. This usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. While that is melting, fill your 5-gallon bucket about halfway with hot tap water from your sink. When your soap is fully dissolved, pour that liquid into the bucket. Then add your 1 cup of washing soda and your 1 cup of borax directly into the bucket as well. Stir everything together for about 2 full minutes. You want it well combined. Now fill the rest of the bucket with cold tap water until it is nearly full. Give it 1 more good stir, put the lid on, walk away and let it sit overnight. By the next morning, something almost magical will have happened. That liquid will have transformed into a thick, gel-like consistency. It will look and feel like a real laundry product, because it is one. One you made yourself. Use about half a cup per load. For heavily soiled laundry, you can go up to 3/4 of a cup. Give the bucket a stir before each use since the gel can settle, and that is completely normal. Now before we go further, if you are watching this and you are thinking about all the other DIY household tricks you wish someone had shown you sooner, do yourself a favor right now and subscribe to this channel. Hit that button and the bell. Every single week, we bring back a forgotten trick that your grandparents knew and that the modern world quietly made you forget. You are going to want to be here for what is coming next. Back to the detergent. 1 5-gallon bucket, used at half a cup per load, gives you roughly 160 loads. For a family doing 5 or 6 loads of laundry per week, that is about 6 months of detergent from 1 batch. Make 2 batches, and you have your full year covered. The total cost of ingredients lands somewhere between $3 and $6 depending on where you shop, and the Castile soap, the washing soda, and the borax all come in quantities large enough to make multiple batches. Once you buy them the first time, your next batch is essentially free from what you have left over. That is how this recipe earns the $0 title. Now if you are in Europe or in a country where borax is harder to find, the substitute is sodium sesquicarbonate, which is sold as borax substitute or eco-friendly laundry booster in most health and zero waste shops. Marseille soap flakes replace the grated Castile bar. Soda crystals replace the washing soda. Same process, same ratios, same result. A few things worth knowing before you switch completely. This detergent is low sudsing. That is intentional, and it is a feature, not a flaw. Most commercial detergents produce heavy foam because foam makes us feel like something is being cleaned, but suds do not clean fabric. The actual cleaning agents do. Low suds formulas are actually better for your washing machine, especially front loaders and HE machines, which are specifically designed for low suds detergents. If you see very little foam and panic, do not. Your clothes are still getting clean. The gel may separate between uses. Just stir it. Nothing has gone wrong. For whites, this recipe works well on its own. If you want extra brightening, you can add half a cup of white vinegar to the rinse cycle as a natural fabric softener and brightener. Do not add vinegar directly to the wash cycle with the detergent, because mixing an acid with a base reduces the effectiveness of both. Rinse cycle only. For heavily stained items, pre-treat with a paste made from washing soda and a small amount of water before washing. Let it sit on the stain for 10 to 15 minutes and then wash as normal. Store your bucket somewhere accessible but out of direct sunlight. A laundry room shelf, a garage corner, under the sink if the bucket fits. It does not require refrigeration. It does not have an expiration date in any meaningful sense. Now let us talk about scent, because this is where a lot of people get nervous. Commercial detergents smell powerful because they are loaded with synthetic fragrance chemicals that cling to fabric. This homemade version has a very mild, clean soap smell that fades completely once your laundry is dry. If you want a light natural scent on your clothes, add about 20 drops of essential oil directly into the bucket when you first make it and stir it in. Lavender is the classic choice. Tea tree adds a mild antibacterial quality. Lemon or orange give a fresh, clean lift. Eucalyptus works well for sports clothing or workout gear. You are in control of what goes on your family's skin. That is something a bottle off the shelf cannot offer you. Speaking of skin, this recipe is significantly gentler than most commercial detergents for people with sensitive skin or allergies. No artificial dyes, no synthetic perfumes, no optical brighteners, which are chemicals that coat fabric to make it appear whiter under UV light, but have no actual cleaning function and can irritate sensitive skin over time. If someone in your household has eczema, dermatitis, or reacts to standard detergents, this recipe is worth trying for that reason alone, completely apart from the cost savings. One last thing on fabric safety. This recipe is suitable for cotton, linen, synthetics, and most everyday fabrics. For delicates like silk or wool, use cold water and reduce the amount to about 1/4 cup. The alkalinity of washing soda can be slightly harsh on very delicate natural fibers over repeated high temperature washes, so use cool water for those items and you will have no issues. That is the recipe. A forgotten formula that costs almost nothing, works on any washing machine, and replaces a product you have been buying on autopilot for years. Make it once and you will never look at the detergent aisle the same way again. If you want more tricks like this one, the next video is already waiting for you. Go watch it now.